My beloved child, receive this message as the sign you have long been waiting for. I speak to you with tender care and steady attention because you matter deeply to me. I bring you a fresh beginning, gentle, deliberate invitation to let go of the past and step into renewed purpose. Hear this clearly. I have cleared paths that once seemed blocked, opened doors you could not see, and removed the burdens that limited your steps. You are not alone. I stand beside you, offering steady strength as you move forward. Release the heavy weight of past mistakes. Those moments do not define the life I have planned for you. Those who watched your struggles will soon witness your rise. The hard season is passing. I am tending the worries that have pressed upon your heart, and I will steady you with calm assurance. Walk forward with confidence and let my guidance shape your choices instead of relying solely on your own understanding. Accept these words as helpful counsel. Keep them close and let them guide a clearer path. As you reflect on them, clarity will come. A quiet assurance now circles your home and life. The promises I speak do not change. Within these truths you will find the vigor to persevere, the calm to steady your soul, and the resolve to stand unwavering amid trials. Hope is not lost. I remain with you in joy and in struggle. Do not fix your gaze on looming problems. They cannot undo who you are. Stand firm. Your place, your calling, and your protection have been carefully arranged. Your home will be a refuge. Your life will be woven with real support. Share your needs openly with me. Do not carry them in secret. Present every request, for I respond. Every sincere plea is met with providence. Expect provision large enough to overflow into others, and practice wisdom with the gifts you receive. Avoid quick shortcuts and precarious deals. Lasting gain is built through patience, integrity, and steady effort. Guard your heart and resources from those who prey on vulnerability. Persist in honest work and gratitude. Unexpected doors will open, and ordinary steps will yield extraordinary fruit. The hardships you endured shaped you into one who can now help others. Keep moving. Each challenge faced becomes a stepping stone to greater growth. I am preparing you for achievements beyond your imagination. Let go of regret. Embrace the present chance for restoration. New companions will appear, those who encourage and open doors, and those who drain you will depart. Release the heaviness of sorrow. It will no longer dictate your days. Receive this blessing. I am with you now and always, steadfast and true. Beloved, listen. I have been actively clearing the barriers that once hemmed you in. Where you saw locked doors, I have been working behind the scenes to unlock them. Where you saw dead ends, I have redirected roads and made way for fresh beginnings. Your freedom to rise was never absent, it was being prepared. I remove what hinders and lift what weighs heavy, not to rush you, but to set you firmly on a stable path. This unburdening is practical and spiritual. Patterns that held you back are dissolving, and the strategies of discouragement are losing their grip. You will find momentum returning, not because you suddenly gained more strength, but because I supplied the strength you needed and reshaped your course. Trust the process even when the reasoning feels hidden. The clearing is not random, it is deliberate. People who once limited your journey will naturally step aside, and relationships that were never meant to travel forward with you will fade. This is not loss, but alignment, the pruning that enables growth. Accept the pruning as part of the cultivation. I will place encouraging people around you, allies who reflect truth, doors opened by favor, opportunities seeded by divine timing. At the same time, I will remove those who cause stagnation. Celebrate the space created. Move into it with steady resolve. Do not panic if provision feels delayed. What you need is being prepared and positioned. Receive patience as part of your progress. Be wise with what you gain, manage it with care. Avoid debt traps, and preserve a generous heart that gives greed as a false shortcut. Integrity and perseverance are the real routes to lasting prosperity. Remember that small, consistent efforts compound into lasting change. The ordinary acts of daily faithfulness often yield the most enduring results. Keep your attention on service, not on applause. Genuine success is sustainable and multiplies when shared. Release guilt over past errors. They do not determine your worth or your destiny. You were refined, not ruined. Your scars are proof of survival and sources of compassion you can offer others. Use your healing to serve and uplift those still in struggle. As I clear the path, practice humility and steady action. Speak the truth I've placed within you. Respond when I nudge you and walk the steps laid before you, my child. The resilience you now display is not accidental. It was forged through trial. Those difficult seasons did not break you, they strengthened the core of who you are. Pressure revealed endurance. Disappointment refined character. Sleepless nights and quiet tears cultivated a resolve you might not have gained otherwise. Know this plainly. I used every hardship as a tool to build within you the capacity to carry what is coming. The endurance you feel is my workmanship. When you wanted to give up, a hidden strength kept you moving forward. That persistence is evidence of a purpose being formed inside you. Do not despise the refining process. Instead, honor what it produced. The lessons learned in solitude, how to hear my voice, how to stand in truth, how to choose patience, are priceless for the tasks ahead. You were trained to rely on more than human applause. You were trained to rely on my presence, your empathy, developed through suffering, becomes a channel of healing for others in their own storms. Your wisdom is not merely knowledge but tested character. This makes you trustworthy and ready. Take practical steps. Preserve your emotional and financial health. Establish rhythms of rest, and cultivate relationships that build you up. Guard against returning to old coping habits that disguised weakness as security. The new season requires steadiness, not frantic motion. Use your scars as reminders of victory, not as excuses to remain small. Speak truth when fear whispers otherwise. Stand firm when criticism comes. The refined person I am shaping will not be defined by former mistakes, but by the fidelity he or she shows now. Receive courage as an inheritance. Use it to step forward in small, faithful acts. Boldness grows through obedience, and courage becomes habit when exercised daily. Your actions will multiply. A single faithful decision can redirect a family line, a work path, or a community. You are now equipped not only to receive my gifts but to steward them well. Beloved, that time of waiting was not wasted. I placed a pause around certain parts of your life to keep you safe and to prepare your heart for what must come. The world interprets pause as lack, but I see it as preparation. In quiet, things align, motives are clarified, false paths are exposed, and inner readiness grows. This stillness was my gift, a hush in which you learned to hear my voice above the noise. While you may have felt stalled, I was arranging details that only perfect timing could bring into place. Use this pause wisely. Deepen your spiritual practices, rework plans that were built on haste, and cultivate patience. The pause cleared the stage so the right players, resources, and opportunities could appear. Resist the urge to force movement. Rushing invites mistakes. Instead, carry intentional readiness. Practice the disciplines that keep you steady and faithful. Rest is not idleness when it prepares you to be better equipped for the journey ahead. Release anxiety about slowness. Consider it my loving restraint. The pause preserved you from wrong turns and unwise alliances. Trust that the things that delayed were redirected for your good. The seeds planted in silence will sprout in season. Prepare for the harvest by refining your heart and skills. Learn, serve, practice humility, and use this time to build the character that will carry responsibility. Finally, gather courage for the next step. The pause ends when you are ready. Keep watch for when the quiet shifts into direction. That is your cue to move confidently. The stillness was sacred. Receive its fruit. Child of my heart, the pressure that pressed upon you was purposeful. It compressed what was weak and revealed what was strong. It forced hidden things to surface so they could be healed or removed. The very strain that felt unbearable worked like a spiritual forge, producing an unshakable spirit. Pressure did not indicate abandonment. It signaled that you were being prepared for responsibility. Those who were promoted often passed through testing your trials, proved you faithful in small things. When pressure arrived, you discovered reserves of faith and resource you didn't know existed. You learned to depend on me and not solely on your will. That dependence is the hallmark of maturity. Now, you stand tempered. Your judgment is truer, your patience deeper, and your compassion more refined. Use this new steadiness to make wise choices. Invest in long-term stability rather than quick fixes. Choose integrity over convenience, and tend to restorative relationships. Remember, pressure ended with purpose. It brought clarity to what truly matters and released you from what only distracted. Choose to view past strain as tuition paid for spiritual promotion. You will find that doors previously closed now begin to open, not by force but by alignment. Step into them with humble confidence and a heart centered on service. Beloved, pay attention to the subtle stirrings within. There is movement in the unseen that corresponds to what you feel. The spiritual atmosphere is aligning for your good. Connections are being made, obstacles are shifting, and favor is being set in place. This unseen work often precedes visible change. What you sense as tension or anticipation is the stir of heaven preparing circumstance and influence. Do not be alarmed when resistance increases. Attacks often escalate just before breakthrough because darkness recognizes what is about to be lost. Your consistent faithfulness, even when small, has gained ground in realms you cannot see. Continue practices that heighten sensitivity, prayer, reflection, wise counsel, and stay anchored in truth. Your clarity will come through listening faithfully and responding obediently. You are not alone in this unfolding. I coordinate people, timing, and provision. Trust the signs of favor. Open doors, timely encouragement, sudden clarity, and move when I direct. The unseen is working so the visible can align. Stand ready, my child. Separation was not rejection but selection. I removed some things from your life because they were not aligned with the calling I entrusted to you. Some relationships, environments, and habits could not accompany you forward. They would have diluted or hindered what I intended to build. The solitude you experienced invited deeper listening, shaped independence based on faith rather than familiarity, and clarified priorities. Do not resent those departures. Bless them for the space they created. Use solitude to strengthen your inner life. Establish routines of rest and replenishment. Cultivate wise friendships that speak truth, and practice generosity that reflects the heart I formed in you. The green shoots that appear now in relationships and opportunities will be healthier because they root in integrity and purpose rather than convenience. Remember, being set apart enables you to carry influence without compromise. Your readiness now invites responsibility. Steward it with humility and courage. Beloved, a movement is approaching, an unfolding that will ripple beyond your own life to touch others. This is not merely personal blessing, but a season of influence. Your testimony, your gifts, and your faith will open doors for those around you. Expect clarity in decisions, favor in relationships, and increased capacity to act with compassion and wisdom. Step forward when I lead. Be bold in small obedience, generous in provision, and clear in speech. This movement requires integrity and endurance. It rewards the humble and elevates the faithful. Do not hold back out of fear or pride. Your readiness will not only change your path but will be a conduit of renewal to others. My beloved, you cannot go back to the former ways. You have been changed too deeply. The life ahead requires the lessons you've learned and the strength you gained. Release old comforts that would hold you captive and step decisively into what I prepared. This moment is not mere chance, it is a chosen passage. Walk into it with courage, humility, and faith. Move forward knowing I go before you, carrying you into a future shaped by purpose, provision, and abiding peace. If you want to receive your blessings instantly, I have a secret video in my YouTube profile bio.